Okay, I came back down to the honey hole today. I didn't think I was going to be coming down here again this year, but it's a nice day, and by looking at the website for the locks, the trend was down, and it looks like the water is really, really low right now. So I think I'll hit those other places that I was hitting last week, and I'll be able to get a little lower without that water there and be able to see what I'm doing. So I'll get back with you when I get down there. Wow, this water is really low today. Really low. Probably find something on the surface if all these leaves weren't washed in here. Let's look around a little bit. But we haven't had much high water, so. But still, man, this is really low. Go look at this. This water was clear up against that bush last time I was here. I'm gonna look around, then I'll probably go back down to the other side and sift a little bit. And I'll let you know if I get anything. If not, there's a creek I want to go hunt, so I'll add that onto this video if I don't find much. And I'll get back with you. Okay, I'm walking along here surface hunting. Thought I'd never find anything, all these leaves laying here, but you can see how far this water is down. I mean, last time I was here, it was clear up to here, like 13 feet, 13.5. I think it's at like 12.3 right now. You can see how low it is. I'm just walking along here, and I got one laying out on the surface, it looks like, and it looks like a dandy material. I can't tell if it's all there yet, but it looks like a small one. Right here it is. Is this just a flake or is this a point? It looks like a point. Washed out there. Really nice material. Water's cold. Look at that. Laying right on top. Little sharpened down point. Not bad for surface find. Wow, that is nice material. Really, this flint's just like glass. Cool. I don't find much surface hunting down here, usually because the sand is so deep, but as many times as I've been down here pulling this sand out, I've got most of the sand out there in the water. Caused that point to wash right out. Luckily it wasn't under a leaf. I'm gonna go ahead and look on down through here before I start sifting. And I'll get back with you. Okay, here's a good idea I had. It's it's working fairly well. I'm gonna try it a little more. I'm gonna move some of these leaves out of here because it's holding the water up. But I got this 5-gallon bucket. I'm going out here, filling it up with water. This is a fairly steep beach right in this area too. This is where I found that drill a few weeks ago. Get a bucket of water. It's hard to do this with one hand, but let's give you an idea what I'm doing. And when I was shoveling up here, you get into this lip that goes up into the dirt, and you get into all these roots, and you find flakes and things in there, but it's so hard shoveling this sand out of here, out of these roots. So I got this bucket, and I'm just going up to the edge of the roots right above them, rinsing all this sand out, and then I can see clear down in the roots. Thought that was something. Then as well, it's washing sand down here. You can see these little gullies. That one's already 1.5 inches deep. Wash that, and if there's anything laying here, maybe it'll show up. I'll do a few of these buckets. If I don't see anything, I'm gonna start sifting down in here where I'm never able to get. This is always underwater. I was getting it down here, but not able to see what I was doing. I was just feeling. So we'll do a few buckets, see if anything turns up, and then we'll do some sifting. I'll let you know if I find anything. Okay, I got the bucket idea going here, and I'm dumping it real hard up in here at this dirt lip in these roots, washing all this sand out. And you can see all this campfire stone that's getting exposed here. There could just be anything laying in there. Another few buckets right there. But it seems to be working well. You can see these gullies it's washing down through here. It's just all these leaves. If I had a rake with me, I could get those out of there. But they're kind of holding the water up. And it's piling it up right here on the edge of the water. So I'm going to get back in it. That was probably about 10 buckets right there. And right here we have first artifact washed out with this idea. It's a rubbed hematite paint stone. I see some scratching on it, but it's not a very good one. But I'm going to keep right at it. Wash all the way up around here where I couldn't get the shovel in these roots. Okay, you can see right here all this washing I'm doing around these roots where I was not able to get in here with the shovel. Look at all these campfire stones getting exposed here. The bucket idea is working very well. It just takes a lot of buckets. But I had an idea. If I could find me a little pump that runs on like a weed eater engine, something I could pack in here, lightweight, I could put a hose on it and run it up to like a PVC pipe that I could screw together with a bunch of holes in it, set it up here on the beach and just start the pump. Just move the pipe around where I need it, keep washing the sand away. I think that would be a really good idea. But right now I should have got in here and I should have thought of this before these leaves fell. As every layer of sand that goes away, there's leaves under it that have blown in here in the last couple weeks. But live and learn, hindsight's 20/20. But there is I see something flint here that was washed out. I don't know if it's a work piece or just a piece of flint. It feels might be work. Let me rinse it off. High quality gray chert. It's unifaced on the back side, but it sure feels worked on the top. I'd say that was a little knife blade or a scraper. I'm gonna keep right at this bucket idea. It just takes a lot of buckets. Yeah, it's taken me probably 20 buckets to do that. So, man, if you had about 4 or 5 guys in here dumping this stuff, you'd find some junk. All right, I'm gonna get back at it. We may have us another work piece washed out here. What's that, a rock? We better check that out. Right here. I don't know if it's definitely worked. Let me rinse this sand off. It's a work piece. Busted off the top. Points busted off the top. Pretty crude. Unifaced on the back. But this is working pretty well. I saw this stone looked like it might have been polished. I'll let that dry off and check it out. Okay, you're not gonna believe this. I wish I had thought of this idea sooner. I could go all along this beach because there is roots. See these roots here? When stuff washes off this bank, it gets hung up in these roots. Some of it over the years makes it through, like the points I was finding down here. And you never find any, I've never found any large, nice points down here. If they're large or just a piece or a broken point, they're mostly smaller points, or if they are a little bigger, they'll be thick or heavily made. But the fragile ones just don't make it down. They'll roll around in these waves here with the gravel and they get broken up. But this is a great idea. I'm just dumping water in these roots, and it's, you know, you can't shovel that stuff out of there, and there's a lot of sand built up in there. But you can see the idea I got here, washing this out. I'm gonna go all up along here because there's points in here. Look at what I just found. I picked it up already, but I found it just like this. I saw it shining there. It's a triangle, and it is perfect. There might be one little tip off the bottom corner, but it's nice. Look at that. Dark gray chert. Very nice triangle. I have one similar that I found about 2 miles north of here on the Ohio side, just laying in the sand. It's a little bit better made than this one. It's thinner and it's dark black, but it's perfect, and it's exact same size as this one right here. Nice little triangle. This is a great idea here. Only problem is I think this is only going to work up in the roots because it doesn't spread evenly with a bucket. Maybe that PVC pipe idea I had earlier might be better, but it causes one main gully to start, and then all the water washes right down that gully. So I guess I could dig little diversion ditches with my shovel to get it going the other way. But right now there's plenty of stuff caught up in these roots, it seems like. I'm gonna wash all the way around through here, see what I can find where I couldn't get in with a shovel. Okay, we just washed another point out. There must just be points packed up in here in these roots. That's a work piece and 2 points. Well, 2 work pieces and a triangle and a hematite stone just in this one little meter circle right here. Now here it is, washed out right here. It's pretty crude point made on a flake. A little bit of the cortex of the stone. This would have been just a local stone found on the river, just a hard flint chert stone. The heck, that's another point. They're up in there. They're all stuck in them roots. Look at that, 3 points today and a work piece. This here piece of stone, I'm gonna have to take it home and see if it's got any abrasion marks on it. It's pretty flat, but might just be natural. We'll find out. You see right up in this root, I think it's a hematite stone, maybe. Just a small one. Yeah, just a small one. You see that red coming off on my fingers? I can't even tell if that's work. It might be a fragment off of one of them. Here's what I find. This is sad. All the time on the beach. Hypodermic needles. I find them along the highway, along the roads when I'm running, all the time. Bad problem in this area. Okay, you can see all this I've washed out, and this is very thorough. It takes every bit of sand. Look at that, that's the clay layer. There's no way you can shovel that. It's just too lumpy. Unless you get all mud in your screen, which won't go through the screen, you got to sit there and pull it out with the stones. But here's a hematite stone right here washed out. I'm carrying a lot of buckets. That pump idea is starting to sound better and better. This looks like a really nice one. Oh yeah. It's got mud on it. Hold on. It's got a chip out of the top. Look at the facet on that. Just perfect flat on the side, and they worked it a little on the bottom there. Chipped up around this side. There's a little groove where they drug something through it. But yeah, look at the facet on the top of that, on the side there. Nice one. It's one of the nicer ones I found. I'm still sifting. From now on, I ain't going I guess you'd call this something else. From now on, I'm not going sifting, I'm going rinsing. This is a lot easier, a lot more thorough, and a lot faster. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. So right here's a piece of flint. It's definitely a work piece. Might be just a flake. Yeah, it's just a big flake. I'm gonna start rinsing again. Okay, I came back over here where I was before last week, I think it was, where I had the sifter trying to sift in here, and this was right below where all of that concrete and junk has been thrown over the bank. And there's a lot of river stone in here. I was having a hard time shoveling through it, and then you'd have to scoop it all up and dig it out of the sifter. But this bucket idea is working great. It's just washing all the sand out and anything in this river stone. You can, is that flint? Nah, it's a piece of pottery. But I just raked out, or I just yeah, I thought it was in the dump. I just washed this out. It's a big flake, and the cortex is on the other side, but it's been worked into something around this bottom half here. It's snapped off right there, probably a big blade. But I'll keep at this. It's starting to rain. Oh well, not hard. Okay, I thought we'd do a little wrap up here. It's starting to get dark. The sifting, or the bucket worked pretty good. The rinsing idea, I'm getting all up high in the bank. It's a good way to get high in the bank when you can't get your shovel in the roots. But I just started over where those gravels were, and I was starting to find flakes and junk, but it's just getting too dark. But here's what we found today. Found this little rubbed hematite stone first, but it's not a very good one. I probably won't keep it. Found this really nice one, faceted here on the bottom, and that real nice one on the side, like they were trying to make a little pyramid out of it. Found this crude point here with the part of the tip knocked off, made on a flake. Okay, what else we got? This piece here, why'd I keep that? That might just be a flake. Here's a little blade that's made, it's got the cortex on the back. It's got work up around this edge here, probably a scraper blade. And then this piece, same with the cortex on the back, but it's all worked around this side, bottom half of a blade, I would say. I think that's just a flake, but that could be a shard off the bottom of a point that was just shattered. We got this real crude point made on a flake also, very crude. We got our surface find when we first got here, just laying out in the sand. Real nice material, not a bad little point. I have a couple that look similar to that. We got our bucket rinsed this nice triangle out, really nice one. Just has a slight tip out of the bottom corner there. Other than that, it's a really nice one. Same size as one of the other ones I have at home. Well, that'll do it for today, but next time we come down, we're not dragging that sifter and shovel with us. We're bringing a 5-gallon bucket and maybe a garden rake to get some of these leaves out of the way. See you on the next one.